At Church Brand Guide, we create built for you brands that help you grow your church. This is Water's Edge Church in Nashville, Tennessee, one of the brands we recently created. Here's United Church, they're in South Carolina. And this is Christ Walk Church. They're located in northern Florida on an island. These are some of the great brands that we create that are unique to the city that they serve. At Church Brand Guide, we want to help you cut through the noise and bridge the gap between who you are and those that you pursue. The world looks different than it used to look just a few years ago. We used to book a hotel. Now there's an Airbnb option. We used to go to the store to buy what we want. Now Amazon brings it to us. We used to get a ride from a friend, but now we have an Uber option. We used to do mixtapes, and now there's Spotify that helps us to create playlists. All this is done through technology, and a lot of the changes that we see is because of the way the world works today. In church world, we help churches to realize how they can reach people today in a way that's relevant to how people consume things today. These are some of the brands that we've created all over the country to help churches to relate and to connect to their community. Branding is just a tool that helps us to connect with the people that we are pursuing. So our process really involves 4 steps. We want to help you create a playbook. From there, we create the logo and the right identity, the visual identity that's going to help you connect with your audience. The website is the front door to your church. So we want to make sure that is done extremely well and has a intentionality behind it. And then finally, we create graphics that support the brand. Everything from print media to digital media, small flyers to big banners. We just want to make sure we cover the bases and help people to understand who you are quickly. What people understand quickly is what they'll buy into. And so we want to be very intentional to guide you through that process. It all starts with the playbook. So we want to walk your team through this. This is where we come and walk alongside your team to communicate the value that you provide. So great brands communicate the benefits. You've probably heard the maxim of people don't buy drills, they buy holes. Well, in the church world, people have problems that the church is uniquely qualified to serve. People need hope. People need community. People need to grow and become a better version of themselves. And people need significance so that their lives make a difference in somebody else's life. And that's what a church does really well. So how do we create a brand around these big ideas that meet a need that people already have? Once we do that, we create a playbook, and then we create the graphics, the visuals that represent these things like logos, banners, website. Maybe there's signs and different merch that we can create for you to help get this messaging out there. It's a visual message, but it's also the words. Like, how do we get the right words to communicate the vision that you have for your city? So these are some examples of what we've created for Vibrant Church in South Florida to help them be understood quickly. So as people are coming through the environment, they're understanding the value that we provided, that this church is providing to them. Again, Church Brand Guide exists to help churches to get this right. We've worked with hundreds of churches to build brands that are sticky. In fact, that's the goal. We want to help you be intentional about branding because it creates an attractive church that is also sticky. So we've seen some great benefits. Basically, when we get this branding in place, we help churches to rally around this new brand. It creates consistency that attracts people. It resonates with multiple generations. A great brand builds good culture. It communicates value to our guests and our members. And it really unlocks the next level of growth. In fact, we have case studies on our website that you can take a look at some of the churches that we've worked with, including Vibrant Church in South Florida, where 97% of people do not go to church. So we've helped Pastor Brandon, and he was saying that most people come because of what they see online. The website, they go to Google, they search for a church near me, and then they find the website and decide to come to the church. So this is a growing church in South Florida, and because of the website we created for them, people are coming and experiencing the gospel message. We also create the branded experience in person that lines up with that website. So it all matters. People judge a book by its cover. We want to make sure that it looks really good. The world really looks different than it used to look even 10 years ago. It used to be that people would come to church because they were supposed to come to church. But today, we have to go out there and do what Jesus said in Matthew 4:19. We have to go out there and fish for men. We have to reach them where they are. And that's what branding does. It's a great tool that allows churches to think through how they can reach people where they are in their community and then design the right experience for that. The world is noisy. There's a lot going on in people's lives. What branding does, it lets them know why we as a church are important to them. Again, it's communicating the benefits that we offer because people don't understand why they need a church in their life. So we need to be able to communicate that well so that they can have those aha moments. This is Cornerstone Church. We've been working with these guys for well over 7 years now. And we redesigned their brand, and what they've reported is that they've seen an increase in attendance and new membership since our process with them. We want to create a new logo for you. This is part of the process. We want to walk you through what is a good logo. Let's take a look. Let's do some education. So we're walking through this with you. It's not our opinion versus your opinion. It's, hey, let's figure out what needs to happen and then work together with our expertise, combining with your expertise and knowing your community to design something that's really great for you. From there, we designed something like we did for Christ Walk Church. This is a logo that represents them really well and is very marketable so that they can present themselves to the community. This is Evangelistic Center. They're a church in Kansas City, downtown Kansas City. And they have reported that they have seen an increase in attendance and volunteers and donation. So that's huge. We just want to make sure that your brand is moving the needle for your church. So what we found is there are 5 steps we want to take people through so that they love your church and become part of the church. Step number 1, they are a stranger. So we need to help them learn about the church and take their next step to come and be a guest. And that's really our screen to street experience. How can we get them to see us online and then come in person to check us out? From there, we want to get them to come back as an attender. So we want to create a great lobby and parking lot experience. Again, we help with this. We help you walk through this strategy and then design everything for you so that you have it. We also then help them take that next step from becoming an attender to joining the church. So we want to create a mechanism, a way to help people to say, yes, I want to opt in and be a part of this church. And then our final step is to help create champions. So we're going to create a system so that your church can produce champions. These are people that love the church. They invite people to the church. They give to the church. And we want to create a mechanism that allows that to happen on a regular basis. So the website really is the front door of your church. People go there first to check you out. So let's design it for that purpose. A bad logo is costing you. So we need to make sure that you have an expert that's designing your logo that's just right for your church. We go through, I myself personally have gone through training on logo design. I went to school for this. So there's certain visual things that trigger people to take next steps, to get to notice things. And we want to make sure we do that for you and for your church. Don't be like most churches that use volunteers to get their designs done for their logo and their website. What you do matters too much. You need a guide that really can help you do this well. You're called to be a minister of the gospel, not a brand specialist, not a graphic artist, or a web developer. So we want to help you get further fastest and save you countless hours and thousands of dollars with a proven system. We've been using this for hundreds and hundreds of churches across the country, and we want to help you do this well. Branding is expensive. You know, it costs to do this stuff. In fact, some of these prices are what's typical for an agency, a small agency. In fact, at Church Brand Guide, these are typical pricing that we would put out there for a lot of our clients. But here's the thing. Branding does cost, but it is more expensive not to get this right. From a practical standpoint, you're probably missing out on a lot of people coming to your church and wanting to contribute to the church because they are judging you by what they see. Now, also from a spiritual standpoint, there's people that are missing out on what God has for them. So we have to get this right. We have to have the right mentality so that we are reaching people. We are doing whatever we can to reach people that are not part of our church so that they can come and experience what God wants to do through them at our church. So you have a choice to make. Are you going to continue to be the best kept secret in town? Or are you going to get this brand and get this right so you can cut through the noise and reach people in your city? We want to help you do that. So we give you editable Canva templates. So first we will walk through everything with you. We'll guide you through a strategy. We'll design that logo and the brand package with the colors and the fonts and everything. And then we'll give you Canva templates. We'll design these templates for you that are unique to your church. So we do it in Canva because what we found is that serves people the best. Canva is an online graphic tool that's really easy to use. So yourself or maybe a volunteer in your church can go in there and make updates. Not just right now as we're branding it, but also well into the future. We want to set you up for long-term success. That's why we do it as templates. Yes, the designs we produce are printable. You can go to print right away or put them up online right away, but they're also editable. Your website's also going to be editable. So we create your website. It's done for you. But you can go in there and swap out pictures and verbiage and all those things. It's completely open-ended so that you can go in there and make updates, add sermons, add events, those type of things. So our heart is to serve you by creating a platform that is able to be updated very easily. So we offer some packages, some basic tiers that'll help you to get this done right. So make sure you check those out on this website. You can get the basic, where we just get you started, or maybe step up to our premium. The ultimate tier is really where you'll see the needle move for your church, where you'll see that you'll get those new guests and it'll everything just works together. We touch everything basically, print and online, and then bring it all together for you. So on average, Outreach Magazine says that for every new guest that comes to your church, it's about $1,000 of revenue. So you will invest into this to get this done well, but the result is that you will see new guests coming to your church. It'll more than pay for itself. We've seen this happen over and over again. The church we are at here in South Florida, we're doing this. We're seeing growth take place even from week to week. It's been amazing to see. But a lot of the churches that we work with across the country are reporting that growth is happening. So from a monetary perspective, it's going to be well worth it. Like you'll get the gains that you need to more than pay for what you invest. But also the spiritual perspective is the most important perspective. And if more people are coming to hear the gospel, then we get to see lives transformed. So that's our hope. That's what we want for you. So make sure you check it out. We would love to work with you, and let us know if you would like to schedule a call. Click the button on the page to schedule a call with us. We'll answer any questions you have, and then we'll get you signed up for the right package for you. And from there, we'll build your brand to help you grow your church.